Hey everyone, and welcome back to Johnny Walk. Today, I'm taking you on a detailed walking tour right through the heart of Hanoi, Vietnam, the famous Old Quarter. As always, subtitles are available, so feel free to turn them on. This is the real, unfiltered Hanoi. It's busy, loud, and absolutely full of energy. In this video, we'll navigate the chaotic motorbike traffic and explore the famous 36 streets, where each street was historically known for selling a specific product. We'll dive into some incredibly narrow market alleys, see the famous Thai Hien, also known as Beer Street, and visit a local market with all kinds of traditional foods. We'll also pass by some ancient temples and witness unique local traditions happening right on the sidewalk. All right, let's begin. Enjoy the sights and sounds of Hanoi.
Không, em 30 được cũng 10.000, 3 bàn chảy đánh răng cũng 10.000, 23 cái điểm tóc cũng 10.000. Hay là 51? 51.
Ja. chần chừ, ông lập tức quay về nhà trọ, sai người hủy hết cuộc giao dịch, gói ghém hành lý trong mương. Đến sáng hôm sau, xe đổ.
thời gian mà